Welcome back, everybody. This is Jorge Dixon,
Along with Howie doing.
and we are reporting from WNTT, bringing you the latest of all Drive the Lane news. Right now, we're gonna head to the Southwest bracket. First matchup, we got Omaha Vipers against.
The Abilene Moon Trillium. See, the only road stop I see here for Omaha. I think we're all gonna pick them. They're
Yeah.
great. They're a one-loss team. Only road stop I really see is point guard Joseph Dutton for Abilene. He's averaging 22 points a game. Great point guard. He's shooting the rock really well. But I mean, Gilbert Doyle. He's experienced. He's a senior leader at point guard. That really won't stop Omaha. I don't believe.
And he's a senior leader, and he's averaging 1.6 steals a game.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fault that, and I just honestly think, it's nice to get Abilene some love. They're in the NTT too. They won their conference tournament, but the road ends here.
I agree completely.
Moving on, we're gonna go to the 8-9 matchup, which is the Macon Goobers against the Minneapolis. Forget their team name.
Just Minneapolis.
Minneapolis Empire. Anyway.
So that's not a good start when we're. I think you can kind of tell how we feel about Minneapolis already. See, they're a good team. They really are. Come from Conference 17. They show a lot of skill. They actually beat out Detroit. Detroit was undefeated in conference until the finals there, where Minneapolis beat them. But I really believe this game's gonna go to Macon. Macon is a great team, and they really just got screwed with their matching placement overall, having to play the Omaha Vipers next round if they do come out with a victory. But Macon scores, and Timothy Adams and Andrew Sanchez, they are great players. They're going up against a Minneapolis team that plays great defense, only giving up 57.7 points a game. But I think that just Adams and Sanchez, they'll be able to get through it because Minneapolis' zone won't be able to handle them on the outside, I don't believe.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, Tiny Tim Adams, well, not so Tiny Tim Adams, if I may call him, is just an amazing player. He's averaging 59% from 3, as well as 59% from field goals, along with 49% from 3. The guy can just flat out shoot, and I just love it. Like the guy knows how to play. He gets to the line a lot. He gets to the line 4 times a game. I mean, the guy can just play. He's one of the best players out there. Great scorer all around. I like Macon.
I do too.
Big.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next game. It's gonna be Plainview versus Spokane, the 5-12 matchup. What do you think? What do you think, Jorge?
You know what? I really like Kenneth McLean. He's a great player. He knows how to win, and I really like Plainview. But the thing here is, Spokane is a great team. They got jobbed with a horrible seeding, mostly because probably almost all because of their conference. But give me Plainview in this. I'll take them.
I don't see what you see in McLean, Jorge. I just don't see it. He's a freshman playing against George Vaughn. He's an experienced junior, averaging 15 and 6. Also, the defense. The defense that Spokane has. It's impressive. Only giving up 57.3 points a game. Granted, they're only scoring 70. When you look at Plainview, I think that's going to be their advantage in this game. Is these guys, they put up numbers. They put up major numbers, averaging 94 points a game. You kidding me? I don't see a defense who's really going to shut these guys down in this tournament. They're not going to win it all, that's for sure. But just being shut down, Plainview doesn't know what it means to be shut down yet. So I just don't think Spokane's going to be the team that teaches them.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like I said, I know what you say, but I really like. The reason I like Kenneth McLean so much is because he's matched up against George Vaughn, one of the best scorers on Spokane, and I mean, the guy can play defense. flat out. And yeah, I'm really excited for this
He can.
matchup.
He's a good defender.
It's gonna be a good matchup. Gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be Alvarez for Plainview outdoing Steelberg. It's gonna be that all game. Alvarez in the 20s for sure.
All right, moving on. We are going to. Oh, I love this matchup. Oxford against Indianapolis and the 85 Bears. Some reports are that Coach Bobby 11 is calling the 85 Bears overrated. I don't know how I feel about that, but their record is 17-1, though I don't know how many good teams they've played. They win basketball games.
They do. And this is the classic Bear matchup that you love to see. Oxford, the Sun Bears against the 85 Bears. Indianapolis, they're a really interesting team. They have Samuel Brooks and Vincent Stoll, who are both on the top of their classes for their respective freshman and sophomore classes. But, they are young. They are young. Fred Hodge, he's an average point guard. He's a senior point guard. He's 6'3". He can play, but he's not great by any means. And, their schedule is just so weak, Jorge. They lose their conference final game to a Orlando team who doesn't even deserve to be in the tournament. They really don't. They won this one game against Indianapolis. They played with them well in the previous matchup, I think losing by 1 point. This Conference 12 hasn't shown me anything at all. So, what do you...
I know what you're saying, Howie, but I'm going to have to go with Coach Ditka here. I really like Ditka. He knows how to coach his boys. He cares about his team, Vincent Stoll is a great freshman who can put the ball in the hoop. All of them defend. All of them know their role. And they got a senior leader at point guard. I'm going to go with the 85 Bears here.
I've been ripped on the whole time, but I'm going to have to agree with you. Just because the fact that the Oxford Sun Bears are, even though they might be the best team that Indianapolis has played all year, they're still not very good. Indianapolis, like you said, they're 17-1. They've dropped one game, but they have some great young players who, they know how to play these kind of games. That when they get in the second round, they'll get in some trouble. But these are the kind of games that they know how to win. So I'm picking Indianapolis by maybe 10 in this game.
All right. And coming up after the break, we're going to talk about an undefeated team here, the Idaho Falls Savages, and the second half of the bracket.